Despite the euro area crisis, the single currency has remained unexpectedly resilient over the past year. Vasileios Gkionakis, head of global FX strategy at UniCredit, is on the phone with me now to discuss this further. Vasileios, it has been suggested that rather than being tied to the severity of the crisis, euro performance highlights a reluctance by some central banks to sell the euro. Having invested so much in US treasuries, to sell euros now would mean buying more dollars and therefore becoming overweight in USD. Would you agree with this? What are your thoughts?
I would largely agree with this. I mean, if you look at the IMF global FX reserves, the annual growth rate, the annual percentage changes of FX reserve accumulation as far as euro is concerned have actually started picking up. Probably towards the start of this year. But at the same time, I have to say that apart from the reluctance, as you call it, to accumulate more dollar reserves and the great propensity to diversify, another thing that has actually played a role was Draghi's OMT announcement back in the summer of 2012. Basically, what this did is that it shaved off the tail risk being the euro breakup, and with no tail risk basically inside, investors' confidence in the single currency increased, and as a result of this, the euro has proven to be quite resilient.
With central banks worldwide, albeit not the European Central Bank, admitting to currency manipulation, are we moving away from currency performance being tied to economic performance?
No, I don't think this is actually right. I think to a certain extent currencies continue to reflect, again, up to a certain extent, economic performance. Basically, you can see it, the dollar has actually strengthened quite a lot so far this year across most currencies out there, and this largely reflects better economic performance out of the U.S. So I don't think we are, if you are probably referring to something like currency wars or things like that, I don't think we are there yet, and I don't think we're heading anywhere near that.
With fears that Greece will leave the single currency done and dusted, Latvia and Lithuania to join before 2014 is out, and Poland expected to bid for euro entry once 2015 elections are over, what is your long-term outlook for the security of the single currency?
I think the euro is still going to exist. I don't foresee, any major changes as far as membership of individual countries are concerned. Personally, I don't foresee any changes. Meaning, we don't think any country is going to exit the euro by any stretch of imagination. Basically, I think we're moving towards a period at which the euro will probably start strengthening somehow, largely on the back of some gradual uplifting activity that we expect over the second half of this year. And as we go along and further down the road, as the single bank supervision starts getting more in shape.
In spite of this positive performance in recent months, there are some calls that the euro is currently overvalued. Is a downward trend on the cards?
Characterizing something overvalued and undervalued, these things can take a very long period of time. By traditional measures like PPP measures, for example, the euro could be called as slightly overvalued. I don't think, however, that we are in a long-term trend. As I said, I think confidence for the euro area is going to start increasing even further. At the same time, we're going to see a gradual uplift in activity. And having said that, I don't personally foresee any downward long-term trend.
Vasileios, thank you very much for your comments. The Dukascopy TV team will be here right through to the weekend, so stay tuned for more news, reviews and analysis to assist you in your trades. Goodbye for now.